In this video, we will continue doing proofs with parallelograms and similar triangles. So here we have the givens in the proof, and then also down here, and we'll go through the proof and put it on the diagram over here. One note you'll notice, it says prove xc times mn is equal to zc times mb. It can be very hard to visualize proportions that are multiplied, but you'll see how we take care of that as we go through the proof. So first thing, zxnv is a parallelogram given. Next, xc is perpendicular to zv, and bm is perpendicular to xn, both given. So xc is perpendicular to zv, bm is perpendicular to xn. Next, angle zcx and angle nmb are right angles because perpendicular lines form right angles. So we have right angles here and there. Next, angle ZCX is congruent to angle NMB because all right angles are congruent. So we have congruent angles here and there. From there, angle Z is congruent to angle N because opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So angle Z is congruent to angle N right there. Then triangle ZCX is similar to triangle NMB because of AA similarity. We have this single tick mark set of angles, and we have a right angle here and here. So we have AA similarity. Now, something you don't have to do, but is a good idea, is if you have two sets of congruent angles, then you have this third set of congruent angles because of the no choice theorem or the third angle theorem, two names for the same thing, because triangles have 180 degrees. So if you have two sets of corresponding angles that are congruent, the third set of corresponding angles is also congruent. This helps you to know which are the corresponding sides that are in proportion. So again, coming back to here, trying to figure out what side is multiplied by what side in the proportion is fairly difficult to envision. But what we can do is we can come down here and we can say xc over mb equals zc over mn because corresponding sides of similar triangles are proportional. So xc over mb over here equals zc over mn equals zc over mn. And you'll notice that the single mark sides are both between the right angle and the double mark angle, right angle and double mark angle. The double mark sides are between the right angle and the single mark angle, right angle and single mark angle. So we have this proportion here. Now let's take a second and do a little bit of math. So xc over mb equals zc over mn. Now we're going to rearrange the proportion. We're going to bring this up and that up, and therefore xc times mn equals zc times mb. And you will notice here xc times mn is exactly the same as this, and then zc times mb is exactly the same as that. And the reason for that is the multiplication property of equality. So now the three steps in the green box here are the crux of this proof. You get AA similarity, and then you do your proportion as divisions here and here. So then rearranging it, we get the multiplication here and the multiplication there. This and this are exactly the same thing in different forms. Go through this 3 or 4 times to make sure you understand this step. If you know this step very well, you'll see it on a test and it's easy. If you don't and you're a little bit stressed, sometimes people just forget and then they're stuck. As always, run through the proof a few times, conquer it, and then you can move on.